Hello, everyone. Thanks for tuning into Converse. My name is Mika, one of Converse's social media specialists. For today's video, we will be talking about the common misconceptions on WhatsApp, and I'm joined today with Converse's CCO and co-founder, Enes Mehmet, to help me debunk these said misconceptions.
Hi, everyone. Well, as Mika said, I'm one of the co-founders of Converse, really kind of responsible for strategy and business development and partner development. So looking for kind of really going over some of these misconceptions that we often hear or asked of by prospective customers and even at times existing customers. So hopefully everyone finds this interesting and we can really kind of help kind of clarify just how you can be using the WhatsApp business platform, i.e. the API, with Converse as a Forex broker. Couple of things before we do start, though, is that we're very interested to see some developments this year. What we're looking at is we're hearing a lot of noises out there that there's two things that we're expecting in the world of WhatsApp. Firstly, WhatsApp will start to limit the number of messages an end user will receive from businesses. We were kind of expecting this. Why? Because WhatsApp bulk messaging, the adoption of WhatsApp businesses, saw a drastic increase last year. And again, at the start of this year, we are inundated with companies signing up and launching WhatsApp. So what this means is that if there is a prospective customer, let's say in the Forex industry, and he's inquired to learn more about the offerings of, say, three or four different Forex brokers. So what this means is that if those Forex brokers are looking to send that person a marketing or sales message using WhatsApp, WhatsApp will start to limit the number of messages the user will receive. Why? Because they don't want it to become a spammy channel like email, for example. So we're seeing some opportunities here, and really one of the opportunities will be getting in early. Those firms that are starting early on the WhatsApp business platform are building up a reputation with WhatsApp of sending high quality messages that lies good response rates. Those messages in terms of their WhatsApp health, as they like to call it, of having a high quality health ranking, those messages are likely to take kind of precedence over other firms that are just starting with WhatsApp. So we see that as an opportunity in terms of getting out early, using WhatsApp early prior to your competition. The next one is really relevant to marketers. For a number of years now, we've been asked in terms of when will Google Ads actually be able to play nicely with WhatsApp? Well, from what we're being told, Google Ads are presently in a test phase within India in terms of marketing creatives and media in Google Ads network actually launching WhatsApp flows. What this means is that, as in contrast, should we say, to before, where a WhatsApp ad flow could only be kind of accessed via engaging with that WhatsApp channel as a call to action on a landing page or using a QR code, for example. What this now means is that marketers could actually start having paid media within the WhatsApp, um, sorry, within the Google Ads network actually launched directly into a WhatsApp flow. So some examples could be sign up for an ebook, sign up for a webinar, sign up for a demo account. So this means that when someone on their mobile device sees an advert on a Google Ads network creative, that click onto that creative will actually launch WhatsApp, will go into a flow where you can start gathering first name, last name, email, telephone number, and other qualifying information, and then passing them into a flow that will write to a CRM and then enable a salesperson to then do that kind of proactive outreach to inquire as to if they have any furthering questions that they may want to be asked or answered on a one-to-one basis. So looking forward to both of those this year in 2024.
Yep. WhatsApp has a lot in store. So let's carry on to the misconceptions. The first one I have here is you can't have an official WhatsApp business account as a Forex broker.
Okay, great. question there. Really kind of be, we're often asked this. This really comes down to how WhatsApp has been changing. Had we been asked this question in 2021, 2022, the answer would have been no, it'd be very unlikely that you would be able to have an official WhatsApp business account. However, in 2023, Meta took a strategic decision to have the year of efficiency and really start doubling down into some of the kind of assets they had. One of those, in terms of Meta's assets, was WhatsApp. 2.5 billion active users of WhatsApp, mainly being between friends and family. Okay, so a very, very kind of first channel of communication for a lot of people to communicate with their friends and families. What WhatsApp basically said was, so long as a business was verified with Facebook, i.e., Meta, and had a verified Facebook business account, and normally you would have this just for advertising, WhatsApp would allow you to have a official verified WhatsApp business account with Meta. And this does now include Forex brokers and CFD brokers. The only caveat there is they're yet to sit there and say that they're willing to work with crypto businesses. We see this as likely to change in the next coming year. Why? Because we're now seeing that we do have, for example, Bitcoin ETFs. So where regulators are now appreciating and understanding the world of crypto, we're expecting the likes of WhatsApp to kind of thereafter, I wouldn't say shortly thereafter, but thereafter be more accommodating. But again, to answer the question, yes, if you are a Forex or CFD broker, you are now able to have a verified official WhatsApp business account.
Okay. So if there are any CFD brokers and Forex brokers listening, this is your sign. Go on and set up your WhatsApp business account. So the next misconception we have here is that you can't send sales and marketing messages.
Again, really kind of going into Meta doubling down into WhatsApp. Really, WhatsApp's view on this was, whereas before it was only very large businesses using WhatsApp as a utility, they realized that in order to monetize WhatsApp, WhatsApp and sit there and really look at how can they kind of monetize it, knowing that a lot of companies were desperately wanting to use it for marketing and for sales. So what happened was is that they went down from their template messages being probably number of categories was close to say 8 different categories. They've really gone down to 3 categories. The first category will actually be marketing, in which sales messages also fall. And then they have utility, and that's really going to be for updates of existing account holders, kind of accounts details and so forth. And then finally, it would be authentication, which was for already two-factor authentication. So the answer is yes. WhatsApp's business model now is actually to encourage you to be using their platform for bulk messaging of marketing and sales messages, because really that's how they're looking to make money. The cost is really nominal. I kind of call WhatsApp bulk messaging now very much like an SMS killer. Why? Because, for example, within the UK, WhatsApp may charge 5 pence to start a conversation with a customer. However, that conversation could consist of 50, 100 back and forth messages within a 24-hour window, which they call a conversation, and the total cost is 5 pence. So they're no longer charging per message, it's for a 24-hour conversational window. So huge opportunity.
And pretty cost effective too.
100%.
So, the next one that we have here is using WhatsApp on a corporate business phone is GDPR compliant.
I know, we'd love to think it is. However, it's not. Why? It is a physical device. But we have a physical device, even if the company owns it, there's no way to supervise. There's no way for compliance to be monitoring conversations, whether it's on a real-time basis or whether it's periodically to sit there and have a kind of unannounced review of conversations. Why? Because you're literally having to go over to that staff member and saying, can I have your phone? Can you unlock it? And from there, going through physically scrolling through a record conversation that they may have had with a customer. This is why really kind of you're seeing now a huge influx of brokers and financial intermediaries moving to platforms like Converse. Why? Compliance teams have the ability to watch in real time, um, watch periodically, and actually have all of those conversations written directly into a CRM system, not having the ability, or the agent, for example, not having the ability to potentially delete conversations. The customer is unable to delete the conversation after the fact. All of that information is being centrally stored and recorded. And you just don't get this with physical phones.
So that was the last of our misconceptions. Um, Moving forward, apart from the misconceptions, there are some must-know facts that WhatsApp has that you may or may not have known yet, and we'll be going over it right now. So the first one is that Meta has around 3 billion monthly users at this point. So if you get banned from WhatsApp as a business, it can have far-reaching implications beyond WhatsApp. So, and it's, yeah.
Yeah, we this is an interesting one. It's one that we really do try and spend a lot of time with. What we're always trying to really kind of get across to our customers is the fact that when you look at the power and the influence that Meta has globally in our day-to-day lives, it's really quite mind-boggling. 3 billion active users. You have really a channel that isn't really being governed, should we say, anywhere in the world. So really, they are the regulator, they are the policeman, should we say, of communication. So what they're wanting to do is to really maintain the validity of the WhatsApp channel. They need to ensure that businesses are not spamming. They're not using high pressure sales tactics. And this really has one of these, it's like a double-edged sword. It has this rippling effect of if you don't play nicely in, even if it was Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, by not playing nicely, not adhering to WhatsApp's Meta's business practices of what they allow, what they don't allow, if you were to have your WhatsApp number blocked or suspended and eventually banned, it has this rippling effect. It could have an impact on your Facebook business accounts, could have an impact on whether or not you can use WhatsApp going forward. So this is all really one of those scenarios where we say brokers should ensure that they don't go for this short-term gain and be left with this long-term pain. It's something that we've kind of coined there, whereby the impact can be so hurtful, should we say, and it can be so detrimental to a brand that brokers need to be very, very mindful that WhatsApp is an amazing channel with such high open rates and click-through rates. However, not playing along the lines of and keeping to the rules of what Meta sets can have a very, very bad and detrimental in the long term.
The next one that we have here is that WhatsApp, the WhatsApp business platform API accounts can have up to 20 numbers that can be either cell phones, landlines, or VoIPs.
And the thing is the fact that 20 numbers really should be enough. At times, brokers may want to have a number for the English speaking desk, the Spanish speaking, the Portuguese speaking. So, yes, certain numbers may be used specifically for language desks or entities, but we find 20 is more than enough.
Yep.
So one of the other next known facts, what we're seeing out there is that Meta won't instantaneously block a number. they will actually be doing is that if a company is using a template and they then go off and start selling this template, but people are blocking and reporting and they're not really responding positively to that message the business is sending, what we're generally finding is that WhatsApp will actually suspend that template and give us the heads up and say, look, people aren't responding well to that template, as opposed to simply blocking the number. So I think that's one of the very large misconceptions that we're kind of hearing out there.
Yep.
Um, Thereafter, if a business doesn't listen to the advice and the kind of the feedback that Meta's giving, yes, that number potentially could be blocked or suspended and eventually banned. Okay, but it takes a long time now for that to actually occur. It doesn't happen instantaneously like what used to happen on phones. Reason being is that they want you to be bulk messaging. Okay, so along that lines, the other thing that we often say is that you can't be buying lists of numbers. You can't go out there and have someone turn up, an agent turn up and saying, I've got 1,000 numbers of people I've spoken to in the past that trade FX. That is very much a no-no. That will lead to an account being kind of banned because people are going to respond by hitting the block and report button when they receive that first message. They do get the option to block, report, or continue that conversation. Okay, so what we're generally finding is that people will hit block and report. And finally, the last misconception is really which countries, and it's not so much a misconception, it's probably more to just to be aware of. WhatsApp is a truly global channel. The only real countries that we're seeing that WhatsApp says you cannot be using it with are going to be Cuba, Iran, North Korea, Syria, certain sanctioned regions of Ukraine, like Crimea, Donetsk, so forth, as well as within the likes of Turkey, you cannot send messages from the business platform. But other than those kind of 5 countries, the world is your oyster. We're seeing ever increasing usage of WhatsApp, as you say, close to 3 billion active users. So definitely a channel that brokers should be aware of and looking to kind of really access and leverage with tools like Convrs that really kind of understand the Forex business as well as messaging. Okay. Thanks a lot for today, Mika. This was hopefully kind of really informative for our customers,
Yep.
and it's always a pleasure going over this with you. Thanks a
Thank
lot.
you, Enes. Thank you, Enes. So if you're Forex brokers, CFD brokers out there listening, so those are some misconceptions debunked and some must-know facts that you may or may not have been aware of. Now you know, and some new latest developments that we can look forward to from WhatsApp in this year, 2024. Thank you for watching Converse. See you next time.
Thank you.